Hey everyone, it's Dr. Lewis Marion for another episode of Tips from Your Dentist. The Quarantine Dentist here in day 7 actually. It is now officially a week since Mayor Kinney closed Philadelphia basically on lockdown. This week actually, as of 8 a.m., we are now in a stay-at-home situation, mandatory stay-at-home. So I'm here at home in the kitchen giving you another episode of Lewis Marion's Dental Tips. So today I think what I'll do is switch over to my computer and give you some interesting things about dentistry itself, the career, the art, the practice, biology, the science. So without further ado, I'll go be lecturing Lou. Okay. Let me switch this
We're going
off.
to talk about dentistry today. And I'm going to get right to the whole crux of the issue is why dentists, why are teeth important? We all know that teeth help us eat, help us speak, and help us smile. And really today, teeth are even more important because they're basically the oral health is a window to the rest of the body, helping us indicate things or problems with nutrition and even systemic diseases such as heart disease and other things like that. Looking at the history of dentistry is quite interesting, at least to me. Let's start with early humans. If you took a set of teeth from an early human, they had different dental problems than we do today, and some that are similar. We take a look here on the right. These sketches that I did of tooth wear are quite different as I go through them through the years of this specimen's life. Teeth were worn down to this dark area called dentin, the inner tooth structure, and I'll go over the parts of the tooth later. But the main thing is there was major differences in wear between the Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age and the Neolithic period, New Stone Age. And of course many of you realize or probably learned that Neolithic corresponds to the age of agriculture. Mesolithic, we humans, Homo sapiens, were hunting and gathering, chewing very, very fibrous food, and having flatware, where the Neolithic dentition was more angled wear as foods began to get more refined. And one of the key things to this wear in the Neolithic period was the use of the mortar and pestle to grind grain. Grain was ground, but of course stone got incorporated into the grain and into the breads. And if you take a look at a premolar, this early civilization issue of dental wear mainly progressed as such. And the tooth they didn't really have problems of decay. That came a lot later. That, of course, came with once civilization started refining their food. So the first thing, even before decay, was bacterial plaque increases. And this led to what we now know as healthy gums becoming inflamed with gingivitis, which really just means inflammation of the gums. Gingivitis, of course, can progress to an issue where the inflammation affects bone and bone is lost, the underlying structure or foundation of the teeth in the mouth. And periodontal disease was seen in these early populations, Neolithic and later in civilizations. And again, here's a diagram of the plaque, gum, gingiva here in pink, calculus or tartar on the side of the tooth, causing the inflammation and almost the pulling away of the gum from the tooth surface. In the industrial age, they started refining sugar, and I have a whole lecture on sugar, but sugar basically forms with bacteria, and the bacteria forms acid, and it's the acid byproduct of the consumption of sugar by the bacteria that actually hurts our teeth and forms tooth decay. Another more modern problem in the industrial age was crowding, and of course the discipline of orthodontics came to be, which is one of the 9 dental specialties today. So today's problems can be summarized as gum disease, tooth decay, crowding of teeth, breaking and loss of teeth, trauma, and cancer. And just before I close right now, I'm going to close up since we're getting a little long in the hour. Just go over the parts of a tooth. So here's a cross section of a tooth, a front tooth, and you can see the outer layer very dense. The light barely, it's translucent, but it's a harder material than even bone, and it's called the enamel. The next structure is called the dentin. That's the inner tooth structure, and then the center of the tooth, which includes the capillaries, nerves, or the neurovascular bundle, is called the pulp. And that's all for today. I'm going to stop and get this video together for you, and then do part 2 next time.